a special session for the resolution in awarding the sale of $66 million. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me here. First off, I just want to say Mike and Carol did a fantastic job. This being kind of their first time going through this process and making sure that everything was done on time, correct, and here we are today with the lock-in rate. So good job for keeping things moving for the county. Thank you. So yeah, we went out for the bond sale today. This has been a lot of work leading up to this. So for the last several weeks since we last met with finance personnel, we did the bond rating. The village or the county received the AA1 bond credit rating, which is the rating you've had in the past. So that was good news there. They continue to see Winnebago County as a very strong credit, and that's why they affirmed the AA1 rating reports in the back. We don't need to go through all that, but again, this is going to close November 10th of 2022. It's a 10-year financing, April 1, 2023 to 32. First interest payment being next year, April 1, 2023. It is callable October 1 of 2029 or any date thereafter. So we could, refinance, pay it off, etc. On that particular date. And then the final interest rate is a 3.80%. So going to the page 3 here, this is the long-term plan that we continue to update year over year. You've all seen this plenty of times. But ultimately, the structure that we wanted, which was a 3-cent reduction to the debt service mill rate for 2023. And then we're structuring future financings, planning on potential $10 million borrowings. Now that changes, as we go into next year and we start evaluating things. That could change again, but to be conservative, hopefully in our planning, we're assuming it stays at that 51 cents that we're going to be at in 2023 thereafter. And we can evaluate what the valuation does, what kind of projects you have in 2023 and so forth to look at what we want to do with the mill rate thereafter. But this is, this was the plan that we laid out. And as you can see, it basically hit exactly what we presented to you a month ago, which makes me very happy because the last month has been very volatile in the market. What you see on the news every day and so forth. So I'm glad we were conservative in our planning and able to finish pretty much where we talked about. So last several pages here, this is that rating report that I was talking about. If you look year over year, there's not a whole lot of difference in the rating report, but it does really highlight that, the county has good reserves. We've done a really good job financially. Management is very strong. We've got good reserves. We've also got very low debt for a county your size, and to see both of those combinations is a little bit of a rare thing in today's world to have really strong fund balance with low debt. Usually you got to use one or the other. So this just highlights you're doing everything you can in your control. And the reason for not kind of limiting you and getting that higher bond credit rating is because of factors outside your control. Median family income, it's a little bit lower than counties that are in the triple rating category.
A question about credit challenges, and you talked on here about the modest enterprise risk associated with the Parkview Health Center. When you say modest, what's that on a scale of? So is that minimum, modest, high? What are we talking when you say modest?
So this is Moody's report. Okay. So this is not me, but okay. I interpret that as there is obviously some risk there because you have that enterprise. Some counties don't. Does it affect you? No, it really doesn't. Some counties are affected. If all of a sudden they start, if that enterprise needs the county to really start shoveling money over there because they can't financially keep afloat themselves for whatever reason, that would have a negative impact on it. But those enterprises continue to do well.
Well, basically, I'm a money maker. They're several $1 million ahead every year. Yeah. And we use their profit to balance our budget. Yeah. So Parkview actually makes us a lot of money right now.
Right now.
Well, their fund balance is diminishing substantially, and so there is risk in the future that we'll have to subsidize.
We need to fill the 165 beds.
Because we have one.
On to final discussion.
Yep.
Asking explanation.
That's a good question. And it's always brought up on the rating call where Mike and Carol need to address those questions. Always do the chance. And that's it.
I make a motion to approve the resolution 108-10-2022 awarding the sale of $6 million general obligation promissory notes. Second.
Wait a second.
I mentioned that the updated resolution with the results of the bond auction have been reprinted with all the attachments and left on all the county board members' desks already. So we're voting on that updated resolution.
Okay, anything else? Our group, can we have a vote based on what we just read for a resolution?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 4-0 ayes.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Been made and second to adjourn.
Aye.